It is Thursday night and many college students are either out having fun or cramming for an exam.
Well, meet three from West Michigan who have different things on their minds. They're behind a nonprofit organization that's focused on helping developing countries battle terrible diseases. News 3's Holly Doyle is here now with their story.
Well, the organization they formed is called STRIDE. It literally stands for Sending Technology for Research and International Disease Eradication. It's a mouthful, but that's exactly what these three young people are doing. Put simply, they're changing the world.
21-year-old Malini Daniel took these photos in Manipur, India, her fourth trip to the country. A senior at Harvard, she's doing her thesis on the stigmatization and economic impact of its AIDS population, estimated at 5.1 million back in 2003. It's a devastating picture, not just because of their affliction, but they're socially ostracized.
I mean, it's really difficult to see. It's hurtful almost that, to see people being treated like that for no real fault. I mean, we all do bad things.
Sex workers and drug users make up most of those who have AIDS. Despite a few education sessions, in the conservative culture of India, those topics are rarely discussed. So many go untested, untreated, or are unable to break out of the cycle.
Most of those drug users, most of the ones that I've met, genuinely want to quit. And they genuinely want to, change their lives. But they really don't have a means to do that right now.
But Malini Daniel just might have the means to help them. With a classmate from Portage Central High School and her brother, she formed a nonprofit organization called STRIDE. Rocky Walter also goes to Harvard. He and Malini worked resources there. Sunil Daniel goes to Case Western Reserve University in Cleveland.
I could gather more help, and we basically branch out a lot more.
This is video of a needle exchange program in India, but 70 to 80% of drug users don't use them because of the stigma. They're afraid of being seen and labeled. One initiative of STRIDE is to provide needle exchange machines that'll have condoms too.
Having these machines in discrete areas would allow them to obtain that equipment without being labeled as a drug user. So we're hoping to reach that, 70 to 80% of that demographic.
That machine didn't exist until now. They've connected with a company in New Jersey to build it.
Tell me what you both have been doing on the project.
Dr. Shiv Pillai, a professor and member of Massachusetts General Hospital, helped with another initiative.
You put in your samples, each of them in a little tube.
To provide what are called PCR machines to a community she worked with in India.
With the PCR machines, doctors can tell how fast patients are becoming resistant to the drugs that they're currently on, which is a huge problem for HIV patients. And so if they know faster when they're resistant, they can switch the drugs sooner, and the patients will be treated better and live longer.
This work is done in the U.S. all the time, but India is plagued with a different HIV strain. With government funding lacking, so is their research. STRIDE already has 10 of these machines to send over.
So it can make a huge difference to places which really need it the most.
The third initiative takes them to Kenya. It addresses schistosomiasis for car washers. It's a parasite carried by snails in fresh water.
But it's very socially debilitating, so that people who have it in progressive stages aren't able to work.
Logs higher than we would ever have seen.
Professor Donald Harn spoke to Malini's class on the subject. It affects 200 to 300 million people worldwide. It's curable, but these car washers stand in this water all day.
And literally they're bathing themselves in this.
And can't get rid of it. STRIDE will provide a seemingly simple solution. Give them fishing waders. Their vision is clear and remarkable to those helping around them.
It's extremely impressive to find anyone at any level that could pull this off.
This summer, they'll go to India to see it come to fruition.
I can't imagine anything more exciting for me.
And it won't end there. They hope these initiatives will expand in other communities as they take on their next project, starting an orphanage for children of AIDS victims who are often left homeless since other shelters won't take them. They want to have a school in that as well. They'd fund it for 1 year. Then an organization that Malini first worked with 3 years ago would take that over. And of course, the 3 Cares team wants you to know how you can help Malini, Rocky, and Sunil change the world. Stride is taking donations at that P.O. box you see there on your screen in Cambridge. And if you want to find out more information about Stride or how to donate, we have linked their website to ours. Just go to wwmt.com.
You know, just thinking of these ideas would have been impressive, but they're actually doing it as well, executing
Exactly.
the whole
Even
thing.
their professors say for them to think of it impressed them greatly.
They are incredible young people.
Incredible.
Sure. Thanks, Holly.